my son got thrown out of his class and he got a 1 hour detention today for calling his teacher Miss. Yeah, you heard me right. He called her Miss. She's a woman, yeah? She dresses like a woman. She speaks like a woman. She is a woman, okay? And he's called her Miss, and I've always taught him, you be respectful to your teachers. You be, you know, if it's a woman, you call her Miss or Mrs. And if it's a man, you call them Mr. Oh no, not this time. This time, apparently, he's done wrong. You know why? Because she wants to be called Mix. Mix. He's come home and he's told me this. He said, Mum, I've been thrown out of my class. What for? Because my teacher said I've disrespected her because I called her Miss instead of Mix. Are you having a laugh? Are you actually having a laugh now? I am livid, right? I mean, I brought my children up. I've got 3 sons and I've brought all of them up to be respectful. Respect your elders. You call your woman Mrs. or Miss, and you call a man Mr., right? Always. I've always taught them that. That's what my parents have taught me. That's what, you know, my parents' parents taught them. And now all of a sudden, they're getting taught at school, no, your parents have taught you wrong. Actually, I'm Mix. You need to call me Mix. No. I don't think so. I'm sorry. I respect the fact if you're gay or if you're a lesbian, you know, or, you know, you've turned into a woman or you turned into a man. I respect that, okay? You know, I would never discriminate. I would never tell teach my children to do that. However, I don't get it. I'm confused and my son is confused. He's been punished at school for doing something that I've always taught him to be respectful, and he's been punished for being respectful, basically. No, I'm not having it. So I've emailed the school and the school have said to me, yep, you know, your son's done wrong. He should have called her Mix. I'm sorry, what? No, I've had to email back to school and say, no, I need a meeting now. I need a meeting because I don't agree. I have brought my children up to call them, to respect their elders and call them Mrs., Miss or Mr. She's a woman. She's an absolute woman. She goes shopping. She wears dresses. She wears makeup. What the hell? What is Mix? Can someone please enlighten me, okay? And just give me a comment below and explain to me what the F is Mix. Mix. What is Mix? What mix what? You're a mixer? I mean, what mix? I mean, I understand when mix sometimes is when, you know, you've got a mix like culture in you. That's different. But calling you Mix and then getting into trouble at school and getting thrown out of the classroom for not calling your teacher Mix and you've called her Mix. I mean, sorry, the other way around, you've called her Miss instead of Mix. Mate, honestly, I'm just absolutely pissed and this has gone too far now. I actually am so angry that I feel like taking my boy out of that school. I really, really, really do. I mean, I'm all for respect what, you know, people's wishes and all of that. But listen, you're poisoning, I feel like, yeah, you're meant to be teaching my son, yeah, you're teaching him, you're educating him. What are you trying to educate? You're trying to educate my son that it's okay for you to be calling teachers Mix or, yeah, what? So imagine my son going to school, I'm a cat today. I want to be known as a cat. You've got to call me cat. Oh, I'm a dog today. I want to be known as a dog. You've got to call me a dog today. When is it going to end? When is it going to stop? When is it going to... It's seriously, it's getting ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous. And I am not happy. I'm not happy. I don't know, like, am I being old-fashioned? Give me a comment below. But I tell you what, they're not poisoning my son's brain into thinking that it's okay for a teacher to come in and say, well, today you're calling me Mix. Or tomorrow you're calling me a cat. Or the next day you're calling me a dog. No, not in my lifetime. It's not happening. And I will take him out of the school. Because no. I don't agree with it. My family doesn't agree with it. This is the way we are. I'm sorry, I respect other people. This is the way we are. And you are not going to tell my child and try and poison his brain with this bullshit. I don't know. Hi everyone, I thought I'd better come on and do a quick update because I've had a lot of support, which thank you so much, and I've a lot of comments basically, And it seems, yeah, basically, I've had a meeting with the school this morning, and they are now telling me that, well, they've backtracked, basically. Genghis came home and said to me, I have been given a detention and I wasn't allowed in class because I called my teacher Miss instead of Mix. Well, they backtracked basically and said, oh no, he didn't get a detention because of that. He got a detention because of something else. And no, he didn't get thrown out of the classroom. He was removed from the line going into the classroom because he called his teacher Miss and not Mix. So she didn't want him to come into the classroom. Apparently also because he was asking her too many questions, because obviously my son is only 13. He was confused and then started asking questions saying, what do you mean? What does that mean? What is mixed? She didn't like it. So she told him, you're not allowed to come into the classroom, step away. So he was not allowed into the classroom. So obviously my son has been like, it's sort of kicked off and been like, what the hell? Didn't swear, but like, what is going on? Confused. Another teacher's come over and basically explained what mix is to him. And then he was still confused. Let back in the classroom. Asked the teacher, is it okay for him to come back in the classroom? She said, well, yeah. He's gone back into the classroom. Still confused. Obviously now his head is completely gone because he's 13 and he's thinking, okay, this is a myth. Well, my head would have been gone as well. So he then apparently was distracted in the classroom, and yeah, it was not a good lesson. So he's come home. And that's what they've told me. Now, in the meantime, I'm getting loads of messages from people, mums that are in the same bloody school, asking me, is it this school? And it is that school, saying their sons and their daughters have got detentions also because their children called that teacher Miss instead of Mix. So what is going on here? I'm not the only parent at this school, but they're telling me, oh no, he didn't get detention because of that. But actually other parents are telling me their children got detentions because of that. So they're backtracked for a start. Number two, he's not allowed to call her Miss. He's got to call her Mix. That's it. I said, I'm not happy with this. I told her my views. I told both of the teachers my views. They've said to me, if he doesn't want to call her Mix, he's not allowed to talk at all. Basically, he's not allowed to ask any questions. If he wants to ask a question and he's not going to call her Mix, he has to put his hand up, not say anything, and ask a question. That's the way it's got to roll. Oh, really? That's the way it's got to flipping roll. Because that's their policy. Right. So, here we go, guys. I've told them, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't believe for 1 second that detention was not for that. But they're backtracked 1,000,000%, because I've had other parents now come in and tell me they're at the same school and their children have got detentions for exactly the same freaking thing. So how are now they telling me that wasn't the case? When my son comes home, I will speak to him again. But I've told them I'm not happy for him to call the teacher Mix. So that's not happening. It's not happening because it's just not happening. I'm not having it. Right. And I also told them, they said to me, by the way, they also said, anyone can identify as anything. So I said, oh, okay. So if my son comes to school tomorrow and says, today I want to be a penguin, I want to be known as a penguin, you don't have to abide by what he wants. Yeah. So you'll have to be calling him a penguin. That's it. And yeah, so that was that. So yeah, I will keep you all updated what I'm going to do next, because I don't know what to freaking do. I really don't know. I'm confused. I don't even want to send him back to the school, to be honest with you, because I've not heard of this. It's ridiculous. I said to her that he's coming to school to flipping learn, and you now teaching him all this other stuff which he shouldn't be taught. The teacher needs to leave her flipping issues at home, mate. Seriously. Leave your issues at home and just let the children call you Miss or Mrs. What's the problem? What is the freaking problem? And then the children are getting punished and they're getting confused. Anyway, guys, thank you for the support. And yeah, as I said, I'll keep you updated. Thanks, guys.